Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullin. Senator, good to have you. You know, it is such a dramatic shift and a dramatic change, and maybe a little shock and awe, we could say. But I can't, I'm trying to be objective here, and I'm a conservative, and I did vote for Donald Trump, and I support him. But I'm trying to look, I can't think of a single policy that I can say Joe Biden was successful on. Maybe you can think of one and tell me.
Well, I can't think of anything other than just making people believe that woke doesn't work, DEI doesn't work, socialism doesn't work, and they missed President Trump. President Trump has had an opportunity to come back and restore America, and that's exactly what he's done. He didn't break it. It broke underneath Joe Biden. He fixed it in 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. And then we ushered in this woke agenda that the American people got hoaxed into believing that, I don't know, that feelings for some reason should play a role in politics. And then all of a sudden, President Trump came back and he's restoring people's hope for the first time in decades. Sean, you know this, that the American people are optimistic about where we're headed as a country. It's all because President Trump has set a leadership tone of saying, hey, we're going to bring back common sense to politics, common sense to government, and put the American people first, not some woke agenda.
All right, let's talk about where we stand with the One Big Beautiful Bill. Now, I had Lindsey Graham on, Budget Committee Chair. He said, Sean, we have to pass this now. We need the money to secure the border. We need money for energy independence. We need money for our Defense Department. We need the tax cuts to be permanent. We need to help American workers, no tax on overtime, no tax on tips. He said, we'll go back. He actually said he wants to do not one, but two more reconciliation bills to save money and further help the economy. How do you feel about that plan?
Absolutely. He's absolutely correct. Lindsey Graham's a very good friend of mine, and we do have two opportunities after this. So we can do three reconciliation bills. Now, all of them have to be very narrow. Remember, reconciliation isn't a budget. We can't deal with discretionary spending. We can just deal with mandatory spending and taxes. This first bill is putting us on the right track. It's moving us in the right direction. Cutting $1.6 trillion is what the House sent to us. I think we're going to actually do better than that, $1.6 trillion in deficit spending. We have to get this thing moving forward. The longer we hold on to this, the longer people have to wait for a surety that their taxes aren't going to go up. Because if we don't pass this bill, then everybody, every American, regardless of what the Democrats say, every American's tax bill is going to increase. Now, one thing that we have to do, too, is we got to spend time and talk through the issues. Everybody is wanting to put their fingerprints on this. Everybody was elected from their respected state. The House sent us a great bill to work with, so we don't have to tear down the structure they brought to us, but we may have to repaint a few walls. At the end of the day, all these ideas we're hearing from our colleagues, they're all great ideas to make the bill better, and we want to. But we have to deliver something that can get 51 votes in the Senate. It has to be able to pass the House, whatever number that's going to be, if it's going to be 218 or 215, depending on how many people took a walk or fell asleep. And then we got to get to the president's desk. When we do this, you see the stock market rallying today. When we've passed this bill, the stock market is even going to rally stronger and heavier than what we've seen in at least 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's that crazy. All right, Senator Mark Wayne Mullin, we appreciate your time. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.